Yes, y'all. Welcome to Office Hours. Happy Friday. Welcome. We will get this show on the road here as soon as I get my microphone untangled. Welcome. I hope you're having a fantastic Friday. Hope you had a great week. We got some good stuff you're looking forward to for the weekend. I hosted a tequila tasting party last night for San Diego, for my media business here in San Diego. That was a lot of fun. And I'm no worse for the wear. No hangover, no nothing. So that's good. Mr. Robert Brennan, welcome. Oliver, welcome. I apologize for the last minute switcheroo on the timing here. I accidentally double scheduled myself. So apologies about that. And I hope that did not mess up your timing to be able to join me too much here. What's up, Jason? Welcome. But it was somewhat unavoidable. I double booked my boxing coach, and my boxing coach is less forgiving than you guys are. And I feel the consequences of it more when I'm getting punched by him than when I'm getting punched by you guys. So I apologize. I had to make a call. But I appreciate you being here. Happy Friday. This is Office Hours. The way that Office Hours works is that I do not have an agenda. It is Q&A. So my only agenda is to try and answer your questions and help you in any way that I can. So if you have any questions, please go ahead and type them in. Or I will also put a little link here in the comments that if you want to join me on a camera, if your question is more involved or lengthy or anything like that, then oftentimes that is the best way to do it. Okay. Let's see here. Jason says, what's the first thing you would do in marketing to start lead follow? What is that to start lead follow? What do you mean? Is that lead follow up? Is that, could you, Jason, give that question one more shot, typing that in there. Make sure I know what the question is. Oh, there we go. I see you. How are you, sir?
Hey, good. How about you?
Good, thanks. How can I help?
Yeah, so I'm working on basically getting up, setting up Upex with Go High Level with some follow-up sequences and stuff. My goal is to go into window cleaning, power washing, kind of that industry. Awesome. So my question is, I don't have a ton of money to spend into Facebook ads initially to start getting leads flowing in. I'm just curious if you have any ideas on ways that you would reach out, how you'd go about that without doing paid ads right away.
Gosh, I mean, honestly, so there's a couple of things. One, I think that you could make paid ads work for those businesses and be very, very, very inexpensive. So okay. I would recommend that you really give it a try, because I think that the cost of acquiring customers that way will probably be quite inexpensive.
Okay.
And then the other thing that, so with those types of businesses, and you're going after homeowners?
So no, this would be window cleaning businesses to run Facebook ads for them to get homeowners for them, right?
I see. Okay, I'm sorry. So you are trying to get to as an agency, you are trying to get to the power washing businesses, the window cleaning businesses.
Got it. Yes.
I'm sorry. Okay. So for those businesses, I would think that cold calling, direct mail, cold email, but I think because they are relatively, I think, kind of the blue collar, offline home services types of businesses, I think that doing some of those more traditional marketing approaches are going to be successful. So the first thing I would probably do in that space is direct mail, but that costs money. Second thing I would probably do is just cold calling. I hate telling somebody to cold call in today's world. I just do.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I think with those businesses, if you're not going to spend money on it, if your budget is small enough that it's like, hey, I just got to hustle and get attention,
Mm-hmm.
I think that
Mm-hmm.
cold calling is going to be one of your best ways, because I just don't
Okay.
think that those people are like hanging out on social media as much. It's not to say that you can't reach them there, but like doing DMs on Instagram and stuff like that, I think is going to be less effective.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, I have been surprised that there are at how many Facebook groups there are. So I was thinking maybe something in that would be. I might give that a shot, but I do know the cold calling, even just for myself, to kind of get, I can, that way I can communicate with them and see what's the main pain point, right? I can learn a lot better that way. So I might have to do both
Yeah.
for them or something. So.
And I would say, look, if you're doing cold calling, do everything possible that is free, that is digital as well, right? So, I mean, you should absolutely be doing, yes, Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups. If you can find any of these companies that are actually active on Instagram and stuff, and you can get them in the direct messages and stuff like that, great.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that those things, my guess is that industry, it's a bunch of guys running around with cell phones, right? And they're running around from job to job and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I just think that they're a little more old school. So, my
Yeah.
sense is just that the effectiveness of those things is going to be a little bit lower. I would look for where are they getting their supplies and stuff like that. So even like trying to get some sort of deal with like a local Home Depot or wherever else it is that they're getting their supplies and stuff. I had success a long time ago reaching like home contractors and stuff through the local Home Depot and doing like some programs through them. And then you could also look and see, are there any other like significant trade shows, like industry trade shows or anything that they go to, kind of like oftentimes in those industries, it's like once a year we go to Vegas for the golf and, and party boondoggle for our industry. And, or it's
Mm-hmm.
Phoenix for the Phoenix Open or something like that, like those types of things. Again, those cost some money.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're just talking just pure budget hustle, like cold call, cold email, post everywhere you possibly can digitally. It's just the hustle.
Mm-hmm. Right. No, that's awesome. I appreciate you mentioning the cold calling there. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
you bet. Like I said, it's definitely not my preferred thing. That used to be what I did. I mean, 300 call a day machine, right?
Yeah.
But it's just not, in today's world, it's definitely not the most attractive approach. So
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's fair.
what's up, big man back there? Look at him having fun.
Somebody
Jungle
saying hi.
Jim.
Mike is saying hi.
Hi, what's up, buddy? That's awesome.
Just indoor trampoline.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Super.
Hey,
Hey, thanks a bunch.
of course, you bet. Keep me posted. Hi, what's up? Yeah, that's your daddy, huh? Talking to your daddy.
There we go. All right. Thank you.
Okay, take care. Let's see here. Clay says, having difficulty with getting clients because sales is definitely my weak point. I'm practicing. I'm in the Chamber of Commerce, so we'll be going to the first mixer the 18th of this month. Yeah. Clay, look, you are not alone, man. Sales skills is the number one variable for success, definitely, in this industry. And in fact, what I recommend to anybody who's selling B2B to small businesses, one of the most important reasons why you have to productize your services and just really standardize your services as much as possible is because you need to get to a point where you're spending 70% of your time on sales, right? It can't be that you're constantly working on designing fancy websites or doing complicated custom projects, because that takes you out of your sales cycle. You've got to be in the sales cycle, like I said, like 70% of your time, 30% of your time on services. Ultimately, you want to hire somebody that can help you with some of that service delivery once you have it real nailed down in terms of process, so that you can be spending 100% of your time selling and marketing, or close to it, right? So yes, I would recommend a couple of things, Clay. So a lot of selling, of course, is psychology, and then there is absolutely proven technique to sales that is going to help you. That is not rocket science. It doesn't take forever to learn or anything like that. You'll find a lot of it scripted in my R4 sales system. But if I had to recommend another, some other resources for you, the Sandler selling system. So Sandler, Sandler, that is David Sandler. And he's no longer with us, but he built the largest sales training franchise in the country. So there's all kinds of, local branches and stuff wherever you live where you can get a Sandler sales coach. His sales coaching and strategy and stuff had a very, very big impact on me when I was younger and did not have sales skills and was very nervous about selling. So I highly, highly recommend him. And the coaching is fantastic. I got to tell you, I have seen some guys who were not salespeople at all become sales machines within a year of their coaching because they do just really have a proven formula. If you wanted to get exposure to the way he teaches and their methodology, I'm going to type in a book that's got a crazy name, A Kid to Ride a Bicycle at a Seminar. This is the craziest book title in the world, especially for a sales book, but it is a fantastic book. I think one of the handful of best books ever written on sales. Can't Teach a Kid to Ride a Bicycle at a Seminar by David Sandler. And then I would also highly recommend, these are my two go-to sales books, The Power of Question-Based Selling. That is my other go-to sales book. Effective selling is just as much about asking questions as it is about anything, and learning how to use powerful questions to guide a conversation. So The Power of Question-Based Selling is another one. So those are fantastic resources. And then, what is the name of the guy that I always forget? The guy from HubSpot, who was the first $100 million in sales at HubSpot. He led sales and marketing there for the first $100 million in sales. His is a really, really good book on understanding overall what it takes to do effective sales and marketing to small businesses. What are the metrics? What is it like in terms of management of a team, management of expectations, compensation, all that good stuff. What is his book title and name? Hold on one second. Spot Sales and Marketing book. That one is, let me just find it for you real quick because it's going to drive me crazy if I can't think of it. Sales and Marketing. Gosh, what is his name? Somebody knows this because I've shared this so many times. Has anybody shared it in the group? Oh, The Sales Acceleration Formula by Mark Roberget. That's the other book, The Sales Acceleration Formula. That is the last book. I think if you get those three books, you pretty much have the best foundation that you can possibly have on how to sell to small businesses. This one being primarily about the overall approach and strategy and metrics around it and all that good stuff. This one around the psychology of how to sell and how to structure conversations. And then this one on how to guide the conversation and respond to questions and ask questions in a way that's just going to make you much more effective. So I hope that those help you. It says, I hate cold calling. I'm better in person with people. So thank you. I'll grab all of them. Yeah. Clay, I think that you have to be kind of a masochist to actually enjoy cold calling. And I say that after years of doing it, I got to the point where I enjoyed it just fine. But it's not the most fun thing. That's for darn sure. So the challenge with being better in person, if you're doing it the way that you're talking about doing it right now, which is going to a chamber meetup, I got to tell you, man, those things are like the lowest ROI approach of all of the things that I've ever tried in sales. Those are the lowest ROI things that I've ever tried. And I say that because what you get is in the chamber, you get a huge variety of types of businesses. And you also get people that are there just to network and swap cards and all that type of stuff. Versus if you're good in person, Clay, what I would highly recommend is you just start hosting your own events. Start hosting your own little, lunch and learn seminars in your town and invite people from the specific industry that you're targeting, hopefully. And if you're targeting an industry where you don't have a lot of them in your town, then do this via webinars. It's still in person to a degree, certainly in today's world. And get people on those webinars, and you do your own educational pitch and make it good quality educational content. Don't even worry about making it a sales pitch. Just make it good educational content. And then at the end of it, say, hey, this is what I do. I help, businesses in such and such field grow their businesses through more effective marketing systems. I'd love to have the opportunity to chat with you in more detail. If you think that I could help you, if you found this presentation helpful for you, here's how to book a time on our calendar and get in touch. Like, if you just did those things consistently and drove people to that webinar and create a fresh webinar with different content each month or each quarter or whatever it is, you would be absolutely filling your funnel and generating business in no time. So that's the preferred way of going about this, so that you're not cold calling, is that you're doing what people want, which is good educational content. You're not interrupting them, that you're letting them choose to come to you instead. And this way you can also be much more targeted about who you're getting on that webinar, because you can run ads or post about the webinar in appropriate places to make sure that you're attracting the right crowd, right? This is a webinar for dentists or lawyers or whatever it is. Okay. But keep me posted, Clay. Anything I can do to help, I would love to. Justin says, I'm in the destination and tourism niche. That's cool. Is Upex worth it for marketing destinations, since each place has its own selling points? Absolutely, Justin. Yes, absolutely. So just to be clear, so Justin's asking about Upex, which is a tool that I highly, highly recommend for anybody who wants to do Facebook ad services, Facebook ad management, anything like that for small businesses. It's a software tool that will allow you to do that in a much more scalable, efficient way. And a major benefit of it is that you can create all of these ad templates, and then you can, take that ad template and apply it to all of your customers. So instead of starting from scratch with each customer, you have a proven template in this particular industry, and they can run with it. So Justin's saying, well, but I'm worried that because each place has its own selling points. So Justin, with Upex, what you can do is you can create the templates, and I've done this for you in my templates. If you get Upex through me, you get all of my ad templates. The templates have custom values in them, just like HubSpot, just like High Level has custom values. So as you're going through and you're creating the ad for the customer, you can fill in the custom values with benefit point 1, benefit point 2, benefit point 3, and then it writes the ads with those built into the ad for you. Now, that may still not be perfect. You still may need to customize it for that customer, but you have an opportunity to do that as well in Upex before you launch it to your customer. You can go in and then customize it a little bit more. But still, the benefits of Upex are insane if you're doing ad management for small businesses. And so let me just explain the other benefits to make sure you're looking at the total package, okay? One, it prevents you from having to get direct access to their ad accounts and put it into your ad management system and all that stuff, which can be a total nightmare. Upex connects directly to their ad account and then gives you the ability to interface to it in Upex. So it just creates a much more efficient way of connecting to all of your customers. Two, you can launch ad campaigns and you can look at the data on ad campaigns for your customers without having to leave the Upex interface. So you can just go into one interface, look at all the stuff happening for your customers, launch new campaigns for your customers, all that type of stuff in one place, which is just a massive time saving. Three, you can look at data across every customer for each of your ad templates. So you come up with the 7 ad templates that you think essentially every tourism, business, every hotel or whatever should be running. You can look at how those things are performing across all of your customers. So you can really start to develop some really proprietary insights about your industry and about what works in your industry in a way that's hard to do in like the Facebook ad manager, unless you're going to export that data and manipulate it in spreadsheets and stuff like that, which, most of us are not going to do very well. It's got tons of benefits, but you're going to have to customize the ads to some degree, of course, for every customer. I mean, that's always the case, whether you're using Upex or not, but all of the other benefits of Upex, to me, it's just it's a no-brainer. There is the only scenario where I would say that somebody should be running Facebook ads for small businesses and not using Upex is if the small businesses that they're targeting are small businesses that are spending like millions of dollars on ads. So one of my long-term customers, Nehal Kazim, his customers are spending $50,000 a month with him, $100,000 a month with him or more. And in that case, they're still small businesses, right? I mean, $10 million business is not a big business, but they're spending a big portion of their budgets on ads. And so in that case, he's doing really custom ad management for each one of those customers, but it's because the budget is there to justify it. He's getting a $25,000 a month fee or a $50,000 a month fee or whatever. If you're doing this for the chiropractors around town, you don't have those fees, you don't have that budget. It's all about efficiency. It's got to be all about efficiency. And Upex gives you that efficiency. That's what it's designed to do. So, let's see here. I don't see any other questions at the moment. So make sure if you have questions, please type them in. And of course, you can come on and join me on the call who was it that did? Jason did that earlier. So please let me know if you have any questions. Go ahead and type them in. Tim Pepper says, Mike, what is the rebuilt new Go High Level Moguls course? Also, love your AI presentation the other day. Game changer for developing content. Yes, sir. Yeah, Tim. So I'm super excited. Did you see? I don't know if you saw afterwards. I put together the 30-day content creation plan using ChatGPT. I will email that out today as well, but I did post it in Circle and Moguls. So if you haven't seen that, I think you're going to love that. I also created a step-by-step using ChatGPT on how to create lead magnets and landing pages and follow-up sequences for your lead magnets. Yes, guys, if you are not using ChatGPT, you are in big trouble. Okay. And I don't mean to be too over the top about this, but I think this is one of those times where it deserves to be over the top. I think that if you are not jumping in with both feet into artificial intelligence in general, but ChatGPT specifically, because they have such a lead in the marketplace, I think that you are really putting yourself at risk. You are really, really putting yourself at risk as an entrepreneur. So this is like when the internet came around, but at 1,000 times the speed of implementation, maybe even much faster than that. So you got to be in it. You got to be in it. So Tim, to answer your question though, the new Moguls course is in the high level course membership area that we have, right? So you get to that one by courses.services.scale.com. Okay, so that is where our courses are at on the high level platform. Awesome. You just saw the ChatGPT guide. Yeah. So, so you can get into the moguls course there, Tim. And what I've done is, I think you're familiar with a lot of my old growth operating system and some of the stuff that I used to share with growth insiders. So it's going to be a similar approach in there, but it's going to be one mastermind where I'm developing, everything about how to build a business for freedom in today's world, right? And so it's going to be some of those growth operating system tools that I use to manage businesses and build businesses. It's also going to be the most important components of like the leverage selling system and things like that, and how to, grow and attract customers in today's world. Okay. So let's hear. Justin says, good stuff. I hate doing Facebook ads, so I'm looking forward to trying Upex. Yeah. If you're not a Facebook ads pro, you really need to use Upex. I'm a massive fan of it, obviously. So I can share here real quick, I think. Yeah, so this is pretty cool. Let me just show this to you guys, because I had fun making this, and I think it's illustrative of what you can be doing in ChatGPT for your own business, for your customer's business, whatever you want to do. So this is I would say the most important thing in the leverage selling concept, but I would say the most important thing in sales and marketing today, kind of going back to that conversation with Clay a few moments ago, is that we all need to be producing content and distributing content. And I would say almost none of us are doing enough of it. And ChatGPT really should solve that problem for all of us, because it makes it so damn easy to create content. It just really is. It's shocking. So what I did here, though, is I said, okay, let me help my customers. Let me give you a let me give you a step-by-step plan here to create a 30-day content marketing plan using ChatGPT. Okay. And so you can see here, these are the things that you have to do. You need to name your target avatar. So, I'm working with independent plumbers, right? Describe the target avatar. So these tend to be, men between the age of 35 and 65, blue collar, make, on average $75,000 a year, own their own plumbing business, whatever. Identify yourself. So I am a digital agency that helps plumbers generate new customers by focusing on, paid ads and customer acquisition strategies, whatever. Your core value proposition is that you have a marketing system that is more effective but less expensive than a traditional agency. Okay. And my preferred writing tone is professional but casual, and not too big, not too many big words and stuff like that, because I'm dealing with plumbers and they don't like that. Okay. So the reason why you have to write all of this is because you're going to tell ChatGPT, hey, here's who I am. Here's who my target market is. So I want you to keep these things in mind when you're writing for me. Okay. And then down here, you're going to work with ChatGPT to conduct research about the marketplace. You're going to work with it to identify the 3 primary pain points you're solving for your customers and what the 3 benefits are. And then you're going to say, hey, ChatGPT, given all that information I just told you, I want you to identify 10 content topics for me. And then you're going to choose 3 out of those 10 to run with for the month. And then you're going to say, hey, ChatGPT, for those contents, give me 10 keywords for each that I should use for SEO optimization. And then you're going to choose 1 to 3 keywords for each of those topics. And then you're going to say, hey, ChatGPT, find me 10 statistics about those topics that are relevant to the plumbers that I'm targeting. And then you're going to say, find 10 quotes that I could use in my marketing relevant to that marketplace. And then write 5 headlines for blog posts, create a blog post outline, write the blog post, write an SEO title, description, and keywords, create or source some relevant images for me to go in this. So again, it's all right here. This takes you all the way through to like creating videos and stuff. You want to create videos for TikTok and all that good stuff. And I got to tell you, it is so freaking easy. It's unbelievable. It's shocking. It's a little bit shocking and nerve-wracking when you see how good ChatGPT is at creating this stuff for you. I think that, again, everybody has to be using it. And I think that you have to be using the paid plan or you're just being silly. Invest the $20, get on the paid plan. If you cannot get ROI off of that $20 spend, you're doing something wrong, and come back here to these calls so I can help you with it, because there's literally no way you can't be getting ROI from that. So those guys, what was really cool about that guide is I wrote like 3/4 of it from my head. And then I was like, wait a minute, why don't I ask ChatGPT? And so I put what I had written into ChatGPT, and I said, hey, ChatGPT, I'm trying to write this guide for my customers on how to use ChatGPT. What do you think? And immediately it goes, hey, I think you did a real nice job, but here are 6 things I think that you could do that would make it even better. And I agreed with all 6. And I said, I think that's a great idea. Would you mind rewriting it with those 6 things incorporated? And in 3 seconds, it rewrote it with those things incorporated. And I was like, well, shit. It's like I eliminated the need for, an employee right there, right? And then I just said, okay, ChatGPT, I'd like to write something of a similar structure on how they can use ChatGPT to then research a lead magnet, design a lead magnet, create the lead magnet, create a follow-up sequence for the lead magnet, create opt-in copy for the lead magnet, and it cranked out that guide too. So it's insane, the power of it. And of course, it's just getting started, which is the crazy thing and a little bit intimidating thing. But I think that we just all, as with any new technology, we've got to be optimistic. We've got to jump in with both feet. We've got to do our best to understand it and adapt to it and do that ahead of the curve so that we can take advantage of opportunities. Okay, so let's do it. Kathy says, is there a website snapshot for starting my agency with 3 levels of service? Yes, Kathy, if you use my R4 snapshot or you use my SaaS snapshot, either one of those would be good for you. I can show you that here in just 2 seconds here. If you let me go over to my high level account real quick and give me a second. I'll pull up the R4 so you can see it if you like. And I've got, I've got WordPress templates, but I've got the high level templates as well that are baked in here. So that way you can take advantage of whichever of those you prefer. Let me just share this screen here real quick and then go. Yep, cool. So Kathy, this is inside of my R4 snapshot, which you can get my R4 snapshot. If you're a high level customer through me, you get it for free. If you're not a high level customer through me, you can get it by investing in the R4. You can get it by investing in high leverage agency. You can get it by investing in my agency sales funnel bootcamp. So you can get it any number of ways, depending on the degree of help you'd like from me and all that good stuff. But here are 3 different templates. And so let me just pull open like the agency and SaaS template. So you can see this one. And it's got, a variety of relatively standard structure, but, good looking pages and stuff that you can use, including, like you were talking about, the 3 different service plans. So here's a page that's got a structure for, 3 different service plans to help you build out that way. So yes, you've got a variety of resources here that you can use to get you started pretty darn quickly. Okay. I hope that helps you. Hey, Elena, good to see you. Elena, that guide is posted in Circles in Moguls right now, but it will be posted in the Moguls membership here shortly after this call, and it will be emailed out to all members of Moguls shortly after this call. Okay. And if anybody on this call is wondering what the heck Moguls is, and Mike, am I a Moguls member already? Moguls is the rebrand of my online mastermind group. So in the last year, I had several different of these online mastermind groups, and I realized that that was administratively obnoxious and confusing to people. And so I've put them all together into one called Moguls. Moguls is where I will be, sharing primarily the evergreen tools and strategies on how to build a business that is a lifestyle-focused business that is giving you freedom, giving you the opportunity to grow your income and make more impact in your life. And I have, a bunch of tools that I've developed over the years or found over the years or whatever that have been critical to me to be able to build fast growth businesses. Those will be in Moguls, and I will be constantly reinforcing the use of those and how to use those to build a business. And then the way that I just moved everybody that was already a paying mastermind member into Moguls. So if you were a member of my leverage mastermind, my services that scale mastermind, any of the masterminds that were associated with like specific products like leverage selling or growth insiders, those are you're now all in Moguls now. So like I said, it's just like a rebranding and consolidation. So you're just automatically in there if you were paying for any of those. If you are a paying member of High Level through me, you automatically get access to Moguls. So that's what Moguls is. And like I said, it will be posted inside that membership here within, like I said, a short period of time, just after this call, in the next hour or something like that. And then it will be emailed to you as well today. Okay. Thanks for Moguls, you ski head. Yes, absolutely. I know. I had to name it Moguls. Skiing is like my favorite thing to do in the world, and it's Moguls, right? Entrepreneurs, moguls, business moguls. So it's a fun thing that I could do. Have some branding fun with it. I would like to host some events actually at ski areas for anybody who's a skier and entrepreneur and wants to attend those. It's much more brandable. It's much more brandable than having a course name mastermind, right? Services at scale mastermind, leverage selling mastermind. Those just aren't. That's not fun. That's not fun branding. So we gotta have some fun branding. So there will be hats and swag and stuff here soon. Awesome. Good, Kathy. Good. Awesome. Thank you, Elena. It's a great guide. Yeah, thank you. I am absolutely having a blast with ChatGPT and figuring out some of the little tricks that we can use to make it effective. But gosh, is it powerful? It's ridiculous. So what other questions? What other questions do you have, gang? Let me know. Let me know anything that I can answer for you. I'm happy to. Again, to those of you who are watching the replay, I know because a lot of the regulars who are on this call are not here today because I screwed up the time and had to move it. So I apologize, and certainly post any questions that you have as well inside a circle, and I'll get back to you there, okay, inside of the community. So, but let me know any other questions that you have, and I will do my best to answer them. Oh, Brittany says, how was the shindig? It was good, Brittany. It was good. It was not great, which bummed me out. And the reason why I say it was not great, 2 lessons learned for me. Well, actually, a number of lessons learned. So the location of this event is in kind of a tough area for a couple of reasons. And I just went with the momentum on this one because I met a guy who owned this venue. It was a new venue. He's a really good guy, entrepreneur, hustler. And I met him, and within 10 minutes, we were just like, why don't we just have an event here? So I just went with the momentum on it. It's a great venue. I love it. But it is in a part of San Diego that's known as like the party part of town. It's like the young party part of town. And this event was an $85 to $135 ticket tequila tasting. So, the party kids are not going to go to that, right? Which was intentional. I didn't want the party kids there. But the non-party kids, like me, going to the area where this party was, I never go there, ever. Like maybe once a year I'll go down there for something, but I never go to that part of town because there's so many other amazing parts of San Diego that are not, just the young party kid areas that I just don't go down there. So, and none of my friends go down there and stuff like that, right? So I was trying to I had to try and pull an audience that doesn't normally go there to there on a Thursday night. Traffic around that time is bad. Just, there's all kinds of headwinds that we had against us. And so the turnout was lower than I would have liked. I would have liked 25 more people there. Creates a different energy, when you have more people packed into a place at a party, it just creates a different energy and feeling to it. And then the other thing is the music should have been more in line. I hired a professional musician. He's awesome, but it wasn't in line enough with the theme of the event to make it kind of feel like that lighthearted, fun tequila tasting event. So that kind of messed with the vibe as well. But it was a great event. It was a beautiful night. Had a great time. Had so many great conversations with people, and all the feedback was awesome. But I can own it enough to know that even though all the feedback was awesome, that those things could have been better. So is what it is, but it was a great event, great first event as well to like get back momentum on throwing events, which is what I really wanted. So that's going to be, yes, it will be in leverage selling, Howard. It will also be in moguls. It will be emailed to you today as well. So you'll get it in a number of different ways. And I posted it in Circle, Howard. Okay. Do you have any videos on onboarding? Jose, I have some training on how to do onboarding effectively, but I don't have like any onboarding videos as in like white label videos for you to take to then just, here, show this to your audience to onboard them. I don't have that type of thing. I just have training on how to do onboarding. That's in a couple of different programs. So I have my Stick Strategies program, and then I have instruction on how to do onboarding in the High Leverage Agency program in particular. And I'm happy to answer any specific questions that you have about onboarding if you'd like, if I can help you here. Yeah, absolutely, Brittany. Happy to share. Yeah, lots of good lessons from it. Lots of good lessons from the advertising, the paid advertising that I did for it as well, just to see like which specific formats and stuff like that and placements and things were getting the most attention. I think also, Brittany, the other thing that I would have loved to have done much better, and I knew I could do a much better job of this, but I was handicapped in doing it, was that my ads should have been much more about the vibe of the event. Like the ad should have shown people, tasting tequila, having fun at a party, all that type of stuff. Hopefully some video of that. But because this is the first event that I've done in a long time, I didn't have any footage that I could use that I felt was appropriate. The footage that I had from my past events were way more like on the party side than what this event was going to be, this one was more educational. It was more networking. My past events that I had from like 4 years ago before the pandemic were like much more like party vibe, people dancing next to a pool or, whatever, that type of thing. So it just wasn't that the ads themselves couldn't like paint the picture of the atmosphere that I wanted as much as I was hoping. So lots of good takeaways. Live it and learn, right? Just keep on moving forward. Let's see here. What other questions can I answer for you? Let me know. Brittany said, I did see some UGC from this event that might be a fit for next time. Yeah, absolutely. And we had 2 photographers there last night, so we'll get a bunch of good footage for sure. No question. Yeah, and it was fun. The tequila brands that we had there were all amazing. and we had a great taco guy. People love the tacos. They were awesome. Let's see here. I hope you guys have some good plans for the weekend. I'm working my hiney off most of the weekend, which I'm super, super excited about. I have a clear calendar. I'm going to work my tail off. I'm going to get out and have some fun, of course. We've got beautiful San Diego weather, 70 degrees, that type of thing. So it's going to be a real nice weekend. I'm looking forward to it. Getting lots done. Easter, happy Easter. Anybody celebrating Easter out there? Happy Easter, happy all the holidays that are related to this time of year and all the religions and all that type of stuff. And I'm not well versed enough to go, saying all the things that I should say. But I respect all of them. So, yeah, my kids are running around with their mom up in Los Angeles right now for a few days. And so when they get back, of course, I'll be doing a little bit of Eastery stuff with them. Jose says training on the process of onboarding customers in your system, like step 1, step 2, to make the process more automatic, but also keep it personal. Yep. Yeah. So I have got that training, Jose. Right now, the most up-to-date version of that is in High Leverage Agency. Are you a high-level customer through me by chance right now? Because if you are, then you would get that for free. If you're not, then you need to either upgrade to High Levels Pro through me, or just invest in High Leverage Agency to get into that. That is where the most up-to-date training is. So, but I can also walk you through here real quick when I do that, because I hate on these calls. My objective on these calls is not to sell my courses. So let me walk you through here, Jose, some of the key things. Okay. So first of all, onboarding customers needs to be a very, very deliberate process. And so I like that you're already asking, hey, Mike, what's step 1, step 2, step 3? And you said the most important combination of things there, which is to make it more automatic, but also keep it personal. Okay. That is absolutely critical. There are too many people in this industry that are trying to just make it automatic, right? And particularly those who are using high-level SaaS, they think, oh, I can just use SaaS and it's just going to automatically turn on everything, and then I don't have to lift a finger, right? Absolutely not the case, because your customers have no idea what to do with that system. They're going to need some hand-holding, okay? Your challenge is to figure out how to do the hand-holding with some scalability. And so first things that I would tell you is that you should set up your own membership in High Level. And when customers become customers, they automatically get sent to that membership. And you should have a welcome video from you. You should have a video telling them what they should expect as next steps. You should have videos answering, or it could be text answering the most frequently asked questions that they're going to have. Put all of that into a membership area so that you can communicate all of it through video and through content that is then infinitely scalable, right? So your customers can come on board and they can go right in there and they can get that, start. They can get that standardized communication from you in a scalable way, okay? So that's the first thing that I would do. Second thing that I would do is I would hold calls like this every week. So schedule your own office hours calls for your customers so that they know when they need help that there is a set time and place that they can go and get help. That way it will completely reduce the number of just random calls that you have to do, which end up sucking up so much of your time and are unscalable. Is you can say, hey, Brittany, that's a great question. I'll tell you what, I'll answer that on this week's office hours call. So if you can please join me there live, I'm happy to walk you through it. If you can't join me live, no problem. The recording will be available for you immediately after, and I'll make sure to answer that question there, okay? Next thing is make sure that you have a support ticket system and that they know how to access that support ticket system. So again, they know where to go for help and they have confidence that their questions are going to get addressed because you're organized, you have a system, all that good stuff. And then last maybe not the last, but next major thing that I would say is don't try to do any upselling during any of this until you've got them onboarded and you're having success with what you sold them first, right? So don't just use this as an opportunity to, ooh, now I've got them as a customer, I'm going to sell them more because that's what the internet marketing gurus told me to do is, now's a great time to upsell. When you're selling somebody into a service where you want them to be with you for a long time, the most important thing is that you establish a relationship of trust and that they feel like, hey, I just bought this thing and you're following through on your promises and you're fulfilling it, right? If you immediately try and sell me on more stuff, I feel like I just got a bait and switch. I just got into a bad relationship. And keeping customers long-term, it's about that relationship, right? So don't upsell them right away. Make sure that you get them onboarded and that it's a success before you try and do any additional selling. Okay? So those are the most important things. I would also say, just to add to that, Jose, whatever you can do to get a quick win. Some services that's much harder than others, depending on what exactly you're selling, but anything that you can do to get them actually activated using, even if it's just a portion of your services, and getting that quick win is incredibly important. So let's say you sold them like the complete marketing system using high level. A quick win, as an example, is you could just set up the web chat and you could integrate the chat capabilities, into their social accounts, and then just show them, hey, look, now you can just go to this one place and you can see all these conversations that are happening from all these different sources, and you can make sure and respond to people right here. So you're not missing out on conversations and you're generating some new leads and yada, yada. Like, that's just a very small portion of the capabilities, but that's a quick win that will get them actually using the system, putting data into the system and seeing some benefit from it right away. So whatever you can do to get that quick win going, do that as well. So that people start to get hooked. And again, they have that confidence and trust that you're going to do what you say you're going to do. Okay. I hope that that's helpful for you, Jose. I do, like I said, I have much more specific and detailed training, but I hope that that gives you a good start. Support ticket system, I use Help Scout. And I like Help Scout because it's like really just 100% email based. And I find that that's like a natural process rather than having somebody like going into a separate ticketing system and submitting a ticket into some interface or anything like that. It's all just email. So you just send an email, automatically creates a ticket on my end. If I respond to that ticket or whatever in the Help Scout system, it automatically responds to you via email. It's just a nice way of doing it. So I use Help Scout. I think it's just helpscout.com, but it's the name of it right there. Mm-hmm. What else? Any other questions that I can help you with? Yeah, you bet, Brittany. Absolutely. Any other questions I can help you with? Let me know. Let's hear. Matt says, would you rather start an MSP business or a white label SaaS business? Thanks, Mike. That is a good question. Matt, when you say MSP, are you referring to my old world as an IT service provider? Or are you referring to what I currently use as MSP as a marketing systems provider? Which one are you referring to there? Marketing systems provider or white label SaaS? Or is it MSP as in the IT industry? Because that's where that term originally came from. Was I was in the IT industry, and the way that we built that business became to be known as an MSP, managed service provider. But I also use it as marketing systems provider in today's world. So if you could just clarify which one you're referring to, because it does make a big difference in my answer. And maybe I'll just go ahead and answer it. If you're referring to MSP as in the old IT system, I hate that. I would never go back into that industry. So If I had the choice between IT industry or white label SaaS, I would absolutely choose the white label SaaS. If I was choosing between a marketing systems provider or a white label SaaS, I would definitely choose marketing systems provider. Included in that marketing system would be the white label SaaS. But I would not be in the marketplace just as a white label SaaS business. I would be in the marketplace as a marketing systems provider. We provide, this complete marketing system for chiropractors or quick service restaurants or whatever it is. And a part of that system is our tools. And our tools would be that white label SaaS. Okay. So that's a super important distinction there. That is why I say, if you watch that YouTube video that I have that says, don't sell high level SaaS. And what I say is to sell a system, a marketing system instead, of which high level is a key component of, but a system is a complete, right? It's referring to a complete thing. And so your software, if you're trying to do marketing, your software is not a complete answer to your marketing, right? With that software, you need to create campaigns, you need to create content, you need somebody to actually manage it and do those things, right? So when I refer to a marketing system, what I'm saying is that we're taking those tools, plus we're also taking campaign assets that we've created, plus we're also taking some level of services that we're layering, and we're putting all of that together into a system instead of just giving you tools, okay? There's a couple of reasons why that's critical. One is because tools are a commodity. I mean, in particular, like high level, it's a commodity. I mean, think about it. Thousands of agencies out there have access to the exact same set of tools that you do. So if you're just going out there into the marketplace and just saying, we're just a version of high level with our label on it, you have zero, differentiation from 10,000 plus other agencies. Okay. So differentiation is critical in business. If you are a system, okay, then you can go out into the marketplace with your own unique proprietary thing that is yours. It is your system. It is your unique thing that you've created using tools, using campaigns, using your experience, using your services to put together that complete system. So you're differentiated. The other thing is, who are you targeting? Right? The avatars are very, very different for a tool buyer versus a systems buyer. Okay. The reason why 90% of small businesses in America are not doing any marketing to speak of, even though all the tools exist for them to do it, is because they're not tools buyers. They're not tools users. And what I mean by that is, if you take the pizza shop owner and you sit them down with high level or ClickFunnels or Keep or whatever you want to give them, the guy's going to go, man, I got to make pizzas. Like, I don't know what you're trying to do. Give me these tools to try and turn me into a marketing guru, right? I'm a pizza guy, right? And so the tools are going to be ineffective for him. Just like if you gave me a hammer and saw and told me to build a house, I'd be like, thanks, but I have no clue what to do with these damn things, right? But a marketing system would be of interest for that pizza shop owner, right? Assuming that they have any sort of growth mindset at all. If you came to them and said, hey, look, I have a complete system for marketing your pizza business. All we got to do is turn this sucker on. Well, yeah, turn it on. Awesome. So it's a totally different avatar that you're going after. And the big opportunity, if you're in the agency business, is to sell to the avatar of a systems buyer. Okay. Oh, cool. Awesome. Thank you, Jose. Well, I'm glad to help. I appreciate it and glad you could be here. Yes. Awesome, Tim. Happy Easter. Cool. I hope I answered your question, Matt. I didn't see a follow-up to what I was asking there. So I hope I answered it for you. I think I answered it as well as I could, given the differences between MSP and MSP. Any other questions? Anybody else have any questions I can answer for you? Let me know. Otherwise, we've been here an hour, and I will let you get back to your Friday here soon. But if there's anything else I can answer for you, let me know. I am going to be, let's see here, what am I going to be doing all day today? I'm going to be cranking out content, recording videos. I've got some ads that I'm going to be cranking up here. It's time to get some ads going. So I've got a good busy couple of days, and I'm looking forward to it. Next week, I go and visit my daughter in Savannah, Georgia, at her college, and I could not be more excited about that. I haven't seen her. Well, I haven't seen her there. I have seen her, but I haven't seen her there since I dropped her off at college for the first time. So I'm going to go spend 4 days in Savannah, Georgia, and hang out with her, which I'm super, super excited about. So going to get a bunch of work done this weekend so that next week I can go and just feel like, okay, I can completely relax and, you know, I'm on top of my game. So, all right. I don't see any other questions coming in. So I will assume that I have either exhausted you or exhausted all of the questions, at least for now. As anything comes up, please feel free to ask them in the Circle community or in the Facebook group, and I will be glad to get to you there, or I will see you on a future call. Jose, unfortunately, no, there's no way that you can switch. If you end up upgrading to Pro, then you can upgrade to Pro through me, and then you will get access to all of my bonuses and all that type of stuff. But it has to be through Pro. That's the only way that I will, you know, get the commission, get split commission to then pay for the bonuses and stuff. So that's the only thing that you can do at this point, unfortunately. But thank you for thinking of me. I appreciate it. Clay says, help scout, great tip. Awesome, Clay. Good. All right, everybody, have a fantastic rest of your Friday and a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much for your time and attention in business and being a part of the community. I always appreciate you. I always have fun on these calls, answering questions. Again, my apologies for the last minute switch up there, but thank you to everybody who could join me, and we will see you on a future office hours. All right, go out there and get it done. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.